Hey guys, we're back for another day of Read Along with Alane, and we are reading from The Blue Witch, and we're nearly to the end, all right? Only a few more chapters to go. We left off yesterday with chapter 32, which was really a short chapter. It was Hugo and Calla who were talking with King Karan from the Dragonfly Colony, and they've agreed to help them, so I can't wait to see how that happens. We're going to pick up with chapter 33, which is told from Abigail's point of view, all right? Abigail's attempt at rescuing Indira and her sidekicks was not going well. In fact, things had gone from bad to worse. Queen Octonia loomed over them, snapping her pincers. Poisonous venom dripped from her fangs. "I should blast you to bits," Indira sniped, glancing angrily at Abigail. "Turn you into a pile of ashes." "I get it, you're mad," Abigail said, "but right now we have to focus." The spiders were drawing closer on every side. The web strained to hold their weight and Queen Octonia's. Nellie and Glorian spat witchfire, scattering any spiders that got too close. "What's the plan, Indira?" Nellie asked. "Yeah, you've always got something up your sleeve," Glorian added. "Just use the spellbook and take us home," Indira snapped at Abigail, sending a twin blast of a hissing tiger. "I don't have it." "What? Then why are you here?" "Oh, I know the spell to get home," Abigail said, "but we can't leave Hugo and Calla behind." Indira snorted in disbelief. "Hugo and Calla? You don't mean that smelly Balfin boy that follows you around? What can he do? And Calla is a glitch witch. What good is she? I say, take us home now." Nellie and Glorian chimed in their support. "You know what? I'm starting to think I should have left you wrapped up in that cocoon," Abigail muttered. "Enough chatter," Queen Octonia purred. "Which one of you would like to be devoured first? Perhaps the plump one?" She shot out a blob of webbing at Gloria, but Indira moved fast. She zapped the clump, disintegrated to ash. "Say the spell, Abigail, or we're doomed." Indira was right. Any second, the spiders would overcome them. The web swayed as they were steadily surrounded. The web, that was it. "We have to send our witchfire down at the webbing," she said softly. "What?" Indira looked at Abigail as if she were crazy. "But we'll fall and break our necks." "You want to stay here and have them suck your bones dry? Go ahead. I say we get rid of Octonia once and for all." Indira grumbled, but didn't object. The four witchlings began blasting the webbing, burning great swaths of it. Octonia realized the danger too late. She screamed. Abigail grabbed on to dangling strands, trying to stop her fall. The webbing slipped from her fingers, and the ground came zooming into view. Surely they were going to smash into a pile of broken bones. A buzzing sound came from below them, and a swarm of purplish insects appeared from a tunnel. At the front was the largest dragonfly Abigail had ever seen. It wore a golden crown, but the strangest thing by far was the person who rode on its back. Hugo! Calla appeared riding on the back of another dragonfly and flew it directly under Abigail. "I've got you," Calla said, grabbing her. Abigail landed with a thud on its back. The other three girls each landed on a dragonfly. Glorian sent hers into a nosedive, but it fluttered its wings mightily and evened out. "Hugo, you rescued us," Abigail said. "Calla helped," Hugo said, blushing. "Abigail, meet King Karan." "No time for chit-chat. Let's get out of here," Indira said, turning her dragonfly toward the tunnel. For once, Abigail agreed with her, especially since her plan to destroy Octonia had failed. The spiders had quickly shot out webbing to save their queen, who dangled safely in the web above them. After them! Octonia bellowed as the dragonfly squadron headed for the tunnel. The army of spiders dropped like rocks to the floor of the cavern. Hugo and the girls whizzed down the tunnel on the backs of their dragonflies. Behind them, the skittering, clicking sounds of spiders giving chase bounced off the walls. After some daredevil flying at breakneck speed, they emerged into a large cavern. The dragonflies pulled up, fluttering and trembling with exhaustion as the kids dismounted. "What now, Hugo?" Abigail asked. "Use your magic to block the tunnel." Abigail lined up with Indira, Gloria, and Nellie. They began blasting the entrance with bright bursts of witch fire. The clattering sounds of the spiders got closer. Abigail could see their red eyes glowing in the darkness. The tunnel wasn't crumbling. "Come on, everyone, more!" Abigail cried. Indira dug her feet in and sent out twin blasts, grunting with effort. Each girl gave us everything she had, but it still wasn't enough. A pair of spiders burst into the cavern. Hugo and Calla were ready, pelting rocks at the intruders and driving them back into the tunnel. Finally, with a loud crash, bulbs tumbled over the entrance, sealing off the horde of Arachnia. The witchlings dropped their hands, spent. King Karan landed next to them. "Thank you," Hugo said. "I will make sure Odin hears of your bravery." The majestic dragonfly nodded his head gravely, and then he and his subjects lifted as one and flew out of the chamber. "Let's go home," Calla said. Abigail began to recite the return spell. "Dominus, Delirious, Doloros." Cold air swirled around her. "Dominus, Delirious, Doloros," she repeated. Abigail's skin tingled with electricity. She opened her mouth to repeat the spell a third time, but before she could get the words out, Queen Octonia burst out of the tunnel, sending rocks flying. "Going somewhere?" she cried. Fangs glistening, the giant spider lunged straight for Indira, but the witchling pulled Calla in front of her. Octonia bit down on Calla's arm, quickly backing away and dragging her into the tunnel. "Calla!" Hugo picked up another rock and heaved it at one of Queen Octonia's eyes. The spider screamed, releasing Calla as yellowish goo poured from her injured socket. Hugo caught Calla in his arms. "Say the spell, Abigail!" Indira shouted. Abigail said the spell one last time, and the netherworld disappeared, replaced by a stinging blackness. And then they were back in the clearing outside Baba Nana's hut. It was nighttime, the air cool and damp. Stars lit up the sky. Abigail checked to see that they were all there. "We made it," she said, sagging in relief. "Calla?" Hugo bent over the girl. "Wake up. Say something." Calla's face was pale as milk. Her eyes were closed. She didn't appear to be breathing. Abigail glared at Indira. "You let her get bit." The witchling sneered back. "This is all your fault, Abigail. From now until the day we die, we will be sworn enemies." She rushed off into the woods, followed closely by her pals. "Indira, wait," Abigail said. Baba Nana's voice came from the darkness. "Let her go, child. There is no time. Help me get Calla inside." Hugo and Abigail lifted the girl and followed Baba Nana into her shack. She cleared off the kitchen table, and they laid Calla on it. Baba Nana grasped Abigail by the shoulders. "It's up to you, Abigail. Indira will be bringing Melistra back here. I didn't find anything in the book that can help Calla find her magic, but you can use it to heal her." She held out the spell book. Abigail took it hesitantly. "What do you mean?" Baba Nana nodded at the book in Abigail's hands. Command the spellbook to give you what you need. Your magic will provide the rest. Abigail opened the book. The words on the page were a jumble. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do, Hugo said. Trust your magic. What do you know? Abigail said irritably, wishing it were that simple. He put a hand on her shoulder. I know you, Abigail Tarkana, and I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Abigail took a deep breath and let the spellbook fall open. The words on the page came into focus. Try this one, Dark Witch. You'll like it. An icy shiver ran up her spine. For a moment she was tempted, and then she shook it off. No, a different spell, she commanded. The page blew over. She studied the new page. Again, tempting, but somehow wrong. No, I demand that you give me the spell I need. The book riffled through several pages until Abigail suddenly stabbed her finger down on the parchment. The book resisted as if it were fighting her. She pressed her finger down harder, and the words swam into view. This one is right. She didn't know how she knew it, but it was right. She stood over Calla, putting one hand over the girl's heart as she held the book open. Cora Vivina, Cara Estima, Cura Malada. At her words, a bolt of azure fire shot from her hand into Calla's chest. It was deeper and bluer than any witch fire she had used before. What are you doing? Hugo shouted. You'll incinerate her. I don't know. She started to draw her hand back, but Baba Nana grasped her shoulder. Don't stop. It's working. Oddly, Calla didn't seem affected by the powerful witch fire. She lay still and serene as the deep blue fire went into her. Abigail's arm began to shake with the effort. She was getting tired. A little longer, Baba Nana said. I can't, Abigail cried, feeling her magic running out. Her arms were shaking so badly, she dropped the spell book. One last spark of light went into Calla, and then the witch fire sputtered out. Abigail dropped to her knees, gasping for air. Did it work? She asked. Hugo put his heart to Calla's heart, listened, then shook his head. Oh, that's the end of that chapter. Whoa, that's a really good chapter. It was a long chapter. A lot happened in that chapter. All right, let's recap. Chapter 33. Abigail's trying to rescue the girls. It's not going so well. She comes up with the amazing idea to just like shoot out the webbing so Octonia will just like drop to the ground, but goes all wrong. The girls start to fall. Octonia's fine, but the dragonflies come into the rescue. They land on their backs and they go shooting up down the tunnel. The spiders all come running after them and they blast the tunnel and they block it off. So now cool, no problem. They can go home. She starts to say the spell and then all of a sudden Queen Octonia bursts in and says, I'm gonna get you, right? And she bites down on Calla's arm, infecting her with the poisonous venom, right? And so they get out of there, they get back to Baba Nana's, and Andrea's like, oh, you're going to be my enemy forever. She takes off, and Abigail's trying to save Calla, and Baba Nana tells her, you've got to use a spell book, find a spell, and do it. And so she does it, she gives it everything she has, and it still hasn't worked. So I don't know what that's going to mean for Calla, right? So you know you're going to have to come back tomorrow to find out what happens next, all right? So come back, we'll read chapter 34. We're almost to the end, all right? In the meantime, you guys know what you can do. Click the link on the worksheets and do some of the fun worksheets that go with each chapter. And otherwise, get outside, have some fun, get some fresh air. But most importantly, stay healthy, stay well, stay happy. And Miss Alane will be back again tomorrow for more Read Along with Alane, all right? Alane out.